brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep moving on. I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow. That I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow. That I will achieve, because I do the things I should, between my brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on to reach the top somehow.
Oh yes, my Straight Talk family, that theme song is a signal that Straight Talk is ready to be on the air with you. And it's time for another edition, and time for me to bid you all a very pleasant night wherever you may be at this time, whether in St. Kitts and Nevis. I know most of you are in St. Kitts and Nevis, yes, and throughout the entire Caribbean region. I say a very pleasant good night to all of you, wherever you are, my Straight Talk family. To those of you in the St. Kitts and Nevis diaspora, all over the world, even the USVI, BVI, neighboring St. Martin's, Statia, Anguilla, Sabre, St. Bart's, we say welcome to all, even down south to Trinidad and Tobago. We reach you all the way as well in Guyana. And of course, you're all over Asia, all over Europe, and all over Africa as well. We reach you certainly in North America. And it's time for me to say good morning. I can say good night as well, and I can say good afternoon, because one of such greetings will be applicable to the region in which you now find yourselves, perhaps on or your lockdown, most people. And I've had my lockdown too, so I could understand how you feel. But some of you, wherever you are, you may have joined me for the first time, and I can say, I should say rather, welcome if you're a first timer. And just to inform you, just to let you know that Straight Talk is a public service program that facilitates and promotes free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. And Straight Talk, you do have a forum to express yourselves freely. Let's in the process continue to keep St. Kitts and Nevis as one of the freest countries in the entire world. And this program we tried to raise the level of national discourse. We tried to raise the level of national consciousness by alerting our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligations. My name is Ian Patches Liburd, and I give Almighty God thanks for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you, my Straight Talk family, in conversation on yet another occasion. And the last couple of weeks have been quite interesting for me in particular. And I give Almighty God thanks, for keeping me so connected with my people, even while I was in confinement. And I went through that on our last program on Monday, Monday. And as I said before, many sent me food, sent me fruits, many sent me WhatsApp messages. And I want to, before I even go there, I should say good night to my family as well, connected via our Sugar City FMs and Kits and ZIZ Online, those of you on Facebook, social media, whatever, the connection mode. But like I said, the many who called me and kept in touch. But through it all, I had to say to several persons that only after I got elected to office, I found that I was so naive as it comes to politics, Because, and I mean politics, not just in St. Kitts and Nevis, but politics generally. And I started as a student in politics when I was an adolescent, about 13 or 14. I had to graduate by, first of all, taking my grandmother's bench. I recall it very well in the early days when I had to take that bench. And as a young boy, you take your bench and you run around as a young boy, but after a while you listened to the politics, you listened to what you heard. Papa Bradshaw in his days. I always remembered when Liburd gave his first speech at Warner Park, and I recall he was this short man, and they had to put him on a bench to get up to the microphone, and so people can see him there at Warner Park. And I remember his first words when he said, "Workers of the world unite. We have nothing to lose but our chains." And I think he was quoting Carl Rousseau, I think that is. But as I said, coming into politics as an elected official, I never realized that I was so naive as it came to politics, because, and I will always remember three things in politics. One of them was just before I got into politics, when we were in opposition, somewhere in January 2015, January 13 or 14, somewhere thereabout. We were discussing the issue about electoral boundaries, and I recall the view was being advanced that Douglas will convene Parliament either on the Saturday or the Sunday. That would have been about the 16th or 17th of January. And I found that so ridiculous that the Prime Minister then, Douglas, would convene Parliament on a Saturday or a Sunday in order to railroad, rather, I should say, his boundaries. But you had to give notice, 7 days notice, as per the National Assembly and Elections Act, I think it's called, the standing orders, I should say, rather, was found in that particular piece of legislation. And I was the only one who considered it laughable, really, that Douglas would convene the boundaries or the Parliament on a Saturday or a Sunday. And lo and behold, he convened the Parliament Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, one Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock one Friday afternoon, under the as an emergency Parliament. And we know what happened after that. But that's something I will never forget in my life, because I consider myself then naive, even in opposition. But coming into politics, there's something else that happened. And I don't want to tell you about it tonight, but I will tell you about it some other time. But the third thing that happened, I won't tell you about the second one, I'll always remember, but I'll tell you about the third one. And the third one happened last night, my Street Dog family. I never believed that people close to me can hold secrets so well. Because last night I was invited to dinner. And Verna, and they got close to me, so they had Verna to invite me to dinner over at Marshall's. And I've been to Marshall's for years. I found it strange, number one, at Marshall's. I would be invited to dinner at Marshall's at 6:30. Very odd. Then it changed to 7 o'clock. But I got there about 7:30 nonetheless. And lo and behold, a group of my supporters had this surprise dinner for me. And I was really taken aback. I was taken aback. They bought me dinner, about, I think, 25 or 30 of them. We all had dinner together. And I'm humbled. I'm really humbled and honored by this surprise dinner. They gave me a basket of fruits and so on. And a lovely card which reads like this, just to say thank you. The world would be a much better place with more people like you in it, reads the card. And it went on, what you did for me will glow in my memory, receiving pleasant feelings every time I think about it. I appreciate you and I thank you. We love you and appreciate you. And the cards were signed by Karen Sadia, Merlin Roberts, Angelique Roberts, Karen Huggins, Misha Dyer, my good girl Misha, Kelly and Alex Phoenix, my good friend Hippie, Patricia Lake, Carencia and Ali Alwali Mohammed, my good friend, dear friend Ronald and Jasmine Thomas. You don't know who is Ronald Thomas, so let me say Boy Blue. Aretha Van Mack, Brenda Wilkerson and her dear daughter Chantel Wilkerson, Shade Cornelius, Mr. Nariani, my cousin and former colleague in Cabinet Vance Amy and former Premier Timothy Harris, and we got support who showed up as well, Deputy Prime Minister Sean Kenneth Richards. And I was nearly moved to tears when I got this surprise, but as I said, I'm humbled, very humbled by it. And again, I want to say thank you, and I say so publicly again to this group of fellow constituents whom I will promise again that we'll always stay connected to my entire constituency. For those of you who think I'm going any place, no, we'll always be connected. And I want to say thank you to you in particular and to the entire constituency. I had to do that. Tonight, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And over the last few days as well, there have been several international celebrations. The latest this week I can recall was on Tuesday, December 1st. 2 days ago, World AIDS Day was observed. It is celebrated on that day every year as per the World Health Organization. And according to the World Health Organization, the WHO, World AIDS Day provides an opportunity to encourage progress in HIV/AIDS prevention, treatment, and care around the world. It also helps remind people that HIV/AIDS has not gone away and continues to be a public health threat. And one can glean from the data provided by the WHO that for the year 2019, an estimate of 1.7 million persons were newly infected. Some 700,000 persons died due to HIV-related causes, and 39 million people in the world are living with AIDS. You would agree, I am sure, that those figures are startling. But I believe that HIV/AIDS is not a topic that we here on Straight Talk would discuss at leisure. It's not a spiffy topic, so we won't discuss that, I'm sure. The other day, our International Day we celebrated, likewise, was on the 3rd of December. That is today. Today is International Day of Persons with Disabilities. And I'm sure that this means little or nothing to many of us here in St. Kitts and Nevis and elsewhere around the world. Do we care about issues of accessibility for persons with disability? I'm sure not. What does equal access to things like education mean to you and I? Some of us, we don't care about that for this person with disability, do we? What do we care about employment for those persons with disability? And even simply the ability to enter public buildings. Buildings are being constructed. Are they providing access for those persons with disability? Public transport, just to name a few. And this is a serious question I submit my Straight Talk family. Because, believe it or not, the World Health Organization, in its World Report on Disability, revealed that approximately 15% of the world's population has some kind of disability, making people with disabilities the largest minority group in the world. How many of us thought about that? Yet, this sector, these people, receive little or no representation and or scant respect in our countries and in our various communities. The International Day of Persons with Disabilities, today, December 3rd, is an annual day of observance that started way back in 1992 by the United Nations General Assembly that aims to promote the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities in all spheres of society. What are we doing as a collective people or society here in St. Kitts Nevis to promote the rights and well-being of these physically challenged people, I would say? It's a question I would ask. But I just wanted to raise those issues, my Straight Talk family, on my own, since it today, as I said, is celebrated as the World Day for Persons with Disabilities, as we say, challenges, physically challenged people. But I intended to really open the lines a little earlier tonight, and I'll do so, but I wanted to raise those issues, as I said, and you'll have your own issue to raise as well. Because there are so many things happening. We went to Nevis today. I went to Nevis today and witnessed the official opening of the new and refurbished police station in Nevis, Newcastle Police Station and Fire Unit. And that is a $5 million project, partly funded by the federal government. And we, having seen that, can reflect on the scant disregard the former administration paid for national security, the treatment that our law enforcement officers got. We've had to close the police station in St. Paul's. We had to close the police station in Old Road. When you saw the conditions of those buildings that officers had to live in, the conditions under which they live. Right now, they're constructing the Sandy Point police station. And these are some of the issues, as I said, I had to raise. And someone raised this, and I'm happy as well that we are coming to an age of maturity. And someone, a Rastaman, someone sent me this today. And this Rastaman raised this issue and giving thanks to our team unity administration when he said this. Very interesting, my Straight Talk family.
The Labour government, they used to do good, yes. I just said this was just to say something because I'm not in a politics right now, but I just have who said those things just to get through certain things what I saying. And I said, the Labour government used to do very good. I wouldn't say they're imperfect, they're not imperfect. And they not do things who everybody feel please, but they not do good. But the government now, they continue, they just take over the wheel and they continue and they're doing good. You know why I say they're doing good? I want to tell you, he has certain people, they ain't got no water, then lack of current, the children couldn't go school, nothing, things is bad with them, things are so bad with them. And right now, when I check them, some people don't put on the bathroom, some people children to go to school, some people could do different things. Just because enough people want to see that they're good on the jail. Just because it's the government who gives them the poor ordinary people the $500.
And that's frank discussion from someone who opposed team with the government. But people, as I said, now have their water. They can pay for the electricity just because of that $500 PAP allowance given by Team Unity. On my Straight Talk family, as I said, I still intend to open the lines without any further discussion. But I wanted to raise some of these issues on my own, and you will have your issues to raise as well. So I'll open the lines without much hesitation tonight. Go to the lines, and the numbers are 465-2555 and or 718-577-2916. That's 718-577-2916 or 465-2555. That's one number, beg your pardon, but there are three lines. There's some of you who like the cloak of anonymity, and I give you access via our email platform, and the address is zizstraightalk@gmail.com. That's ZIZSTRAIGHTT at ALK, beg your pardon, at gmail.com. With that said, at 25 past the 8 o'clock hour, I go to the lines caller, you are live. And
yes.
before, beg you, just give me 1 second there, my dear brother, please. And today is your day, and there's something I want to tell you about, but I'll tell you about it off air someday. But I anticipate that we'll respect others, and to do that, you must respect yourselves, and of course, we want the things you say and not do. We trust that it will be beneficial to all concerned. We trust that you will be fair to all concerned as well. And we will continue to strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis, and you're live.
Yes, okay. Good evening, Patrice.
Good evening, my brother.
I'm glad to know that people still love you and consider you as their friend. To give you that treat.
Yeah, I'm humble myself.
You deserve it. You deserve it, brother. For what you get, you deserve more than that anyway. Give God thanks. Now, Patrice, some things on the ear that it is hurting law-abiding citizens, clean-hearted citizens, and conscious-minded citizens. This thing, what they call raping woman, it coming to now to popular. And when you're going to tell me how if Deloitte, a man going to hold a young child and rape, pull her in a condemned place and rape that child. You know why he do that? Because he has a mind of a devil. He worthless. He don't have no integrity. And he know when he do that, such as what gonna hand it down to he as penalty is like nothing. Because if the penalty we're gonna make he hot, his skin hot, his flesh hot, and give him pain for days, make him uncomfortable when he resting, he would have never do that. Now I am calling on the law enforcement people, not the law enforcement. I am calling on the those who make law to table some penalty in there to deal with these kind of things. Because man supposed to walk where they want to go freely and undisturbed. Never mind woman. If you're a woman ain't in love, you can't go force yourself on the woman and damage up the woman and mash up the woman character and reputation and the human integrity. So I am calling on the lawmakers to put some heavy bomb and cool, sorry for the word, heavy wall penalty pan man when they rape woman. Okay, enough of that. I am so glad that you played a song about what a Rastaman play. Say, at least that Rastaman is a fair man. He very fair. And I like how he explained and expressed what he has to say. But when I have to listen to Mr. Traffman criticizing the Prime Minister and the whole team unity government, saying that the government, they're taking up from where the farmer leader leave off, because the farmer leader set the pace by doing a lot of good things. But he could never say how much good things this new government do. When he gonna come on and condemn our Prime Minister that he not presenting good leadership and he don't have no integrity and all this in his governance? That is bad governance. So I have to congratulate that guy there, but I want to show the comparison now. If the farmer leader was showing good governance, Traffman would not get away with what he get away with. And you know what he get away with? He said that when he could not talk about the government, he couldn't go up on the radio to talk about the government, the farmer administration, because he was a civil servant. Well, he expired. He got retired. Somewhere around 96, I heard him said, 96 he retired. So he had all his own time to condemn and criticize Dr. Douglas with all the badness what he do to this country. Up to when he had 26 months stifling the motion of no confidence. Traffman never working for the government and he never complained about the government. He swallow all of them and he condone the wrong them. But now all the good that unity is doing, he come in and calling the good wrong and bad. I'll come back, Patrice, me 2 minutes up. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your input. We go straight back to the lines at 29 before 9 o'clock. I missed a call. Let's take this one. Call you live.
Good night to the Honorable and Patrice Liburd. Good night.
Good night, my dear brother, Mr. Politics. How about thou?
Not too bad. Patrice, I glad look how you bring on that clip. Not the clip. You said that the people invite you from your constituency for a lunch, you say? A lunch?
Dinner. It was a surprise dinner.
A surprise dinner?
A few folks, yes. A few of my supporters, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, I'm humbled. I'm really humbled, trust me.
Well, Patrice, you had mean well. And especially to the people of constituency number 1. But I do not know what take place. But Patrice, you always ungratefulness was and witchcraft. And now the situation you not seem to know with all that you've done to your constituency. Patrice, do not you believe God got something good in store for you still? You know, he give man a chance to do what they got to do and say what they got to say. And I believe that even people like me, I have done well, I help people. Even people who support the different political party in this country, I do business with them, and they turn one ungrateful to me, don't speak to me, because a political whatever. But I don't take on them things. I am a man still continue to help people and do good, because I'm a spiritual child. I'm a spiritual child. And sometimes I don't test people to see where they be. I don't work people, see where they be, test them. When they feel like they use you. No, you think they're using me? I'll just see where you be. And Patches, I just want to commend the government to what they are doing to the Federation of Thinking anyway in spite of the COVID. Now we're in a Christmas season, carnival season. Where carnival ain't gonna be like carnival like before. But we know that what the reason for that, the people got to stick to the protocol and everything. And if they got a little party, they do it virtually. And I just calling the people of this federation, whatever activities they're going out to, just to take precaution and just try to do well. Because Patches, up to today, when I listen to the news, in different parts of the world, Patches, and I hear with this corona killing people, some people dying, Patches, is something to think about and it's something to understand. Okay. And I want to see these good people of the Federation just keep the protocol and do what is right. Patches, you are wonderful night. God bless.
Wonderful night as well, my dear brother. And again, as I reminded, today is the International Day for persons with disabilities, and we have at least to recognize them and try to improve their lot in life. Caller, your life. Hello, caller. Are you there, caller? Trying to get this call on. Okay. Seem to have missed that caller. Let's take this other call. Caller, you are live. Hello, caller.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen Nzing. A blessed evening, my beloved African brother. How are you and your family?
Peaceful, my brother. Peaceful. And you and yours?
Good, brother. Good, man. I'm just, staying safe and stay strong and stay focused, yes, beloved. Please and I hope my beloved sisters and brothers in the Federation, St. Kitts Nevis, man, is adhering to the protocols, brother. So, sisters and brothers, so we just continue, brother, to just, live as long as possible, healthy life and everything, brother. Take care of our children and grandchildren and our queens, beloved. Now, beloved, brother, I'd like you just pick up, brother Jeffords, new minister responsible for agriculture. But a short time, but the brother doing a good job. So far, so good, beloved. So far, so good. And I want to hear, when is the budget, beloved brother, going to be in the National Assembly,
The 15th of this month.
Okay. I just got me listening because I want to know, how much going to get for agriculture because, brother, I'm telling you, if it's not up there, I'm going to be blazing fire from captain to crew, beloved brother. Because, beloved, I thank for this administration, beloved brother. And they've been doing good things, great things. Past 6 years I'm counting, beloved brother. And, but when I need some fire, unfurlable fire, it must be done and it will be done by me, beloved brother. And I'm not, I'm holding some of the fire for now because I know in COVID and all those stimulus, for the past 9 months, and counting. So, I cannot give this administration, hold back some of the verbal fire so far, beloved. But until, what you said, beloved?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but $10 million is allocated to agriculture as part of the subsidy.
10 million?
Uh-huh.
But come on. That's a shame and a disgrace, beloved.
If you spend $20 million, what would you do? Or $30 million, what would you do?
But what? Number one, for food security.
That's a positive question.
What you say, beloved?
That's a straightforward question. You put $40 million into agriculture now, what would you do? What are you suggesting?
I'm telling you. All those containers that will be coming out of North America, especially Florida, is nonsensical, beloved. Why you can't, right? Why this administration cannot invest in sisters and brothers who are serious about agriculture, supply them with whatsoever. Plow the land, give them seedlings, mass agriculture like it was in the 70s and beyond that, beloved brother. And let our people, man, all those millions and millions of dollars that will be going out of the federation, let it stay in the federation and circulate and make our young people become multi-millionaires of food security. We got to stop this backwardness, beloved brother. Yeah, you want to tell me all those containers coming out of Florida and other places from here in North America, brother, and our people in St. Kitts, Nevis, beloved brother, who's into agriculture, still squinting?
Yeah, but that's
a total disgrace and a damn shame, brother Patch.
Don't get so emotional.
Shameful,
don't get so emotional, my brother. I ask you a very simple question.
No, it's not no emotion, beloved brother. It's action.
Okay.
Think for our people, man. We got to stop this nonsense, beloved.
But let me ask you a question.
You want to tell me we cannot be government, the administration can sit down with brothers and sisters who are serious about agriculture and all those photo lands we got in St. Kitts Nevis.
Well, that's what
put them under cultivation.
Okay.
Beloved, why are these containers coming in, man?
Yeah,
come on.
Okay,
Dr. Harris, come on.
I've got you.
Give me a couple seconds, beloved.
You had 5 minutes and you have answered my question, right?
But the patches, hold on, beloved. Hold on, beloved. You know I got respect for you, and it's mutual respect, beloved.
That's why I'm giving you 30 seconds more. Yeah, I'll give you 30 seconds more. Yeah, go ahead,
the Prime Minister, how much for national security? You know, he's doing a good job done on the national security. The crime wave is not like what it used to be. I'm not saying drop your gas, beloved, but you want to tell me some of the money you can put like 40-something million from national security and put it into agriculture. No, you have a real minister of agriculture. Come on, man, it's a shame and it is
but I think you've made your point. Thanks a lot for your input. I think you made your point.
With
respect,
beloved, when people talk, all those things, beloved.
With respect, Nabo, with respect, I think you made your point. You have made your point, Nabo. You have made your point. I gave you 6 minutes to make your point.
Beloved. I'm going to hear for now, and I'm going to come again. I'm going to call again and speak about this same issue. I'll continue to listen.
Thank you very much. But I'm not going to give you 6 minutes to make that point because you haven't made the point. Actually, what would you do with $40 million in agriculture? How would you spend it? And you haven't said anything to me respectfully. I respect you. We have mutual respect, but at least you're telling us spend $40 million. Yes, you're passionate, but spend it on what? We spent $10 million made available to the farmers for the same seedlings and so on. So, tell us how would you spend it on agriculture? We just had a fisherman from St. Peter's or someplace. The fishermen in the year. They're spending money. He said he got allowances from the government. So let's make the point. Let's be passionate, but let's also be objective. Caller, you live.
Good night, Mr. Liburd.
How are you?
Are you giving God thanks?
Be
The
all.
Bible saying everything give thanks,
Give thanks, that's right.
A thankful spirit is better
yes.
than medicine, better than all the vitamins.
You are so correct.
I would say go straight to the marrow and the bones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, today, as everyone should know by now, is the International Day for Persons with Disabilities. And I am calling to salute all those who are disabled in any way. They are differently able, as we say, both physical, mental, and intellectual. And I want to thank you for adjusting your plans in terms of the ferry terminal, not the ferry,
Bus terminal.
West Bus. Because I used to call in an advocate. I was a tormentor, Advocate.
That's your right. That's your right.
Well,
yeah.
yes. However, they were saying that it was a bit steep.
Well, the
I
plans.
remember said that the angle.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the plans would change. The original idea was to raise the road to the level of the platform instead of putting that what was as there now. Somebody ambitiously changed the plans, but that was not the original plan. But it works, right? The original plan was to do. If you travel, I'm sure. You go to the airport, like at Miami airport. You come out and you come straight onto the road, right? So you don't have to. That ramp type thing is sort of outdated, quite frankly.
Well, so anyway,
it's
thank you for the effort you made.
Yes, better than nothing. Yes, right.
Now I want to thank some people from East Bastia. Most prominently would be Anthony Mills and Earl Clark.
Yes.
Even today, Anthony Mills was out there advocating for persons, for the betterment of persons with disability, their inclusion, and we are still lobbying, advocating for access, not only to buildings, but to better education, training, and everything. I want to say thanks to Monique Pemberton of Ponce Pasture, who used to come every morning diligently and pick me up, to take me to the bus and to take me back home. So if Monique listening or whoever listening, Monique from the pasture, tell Monique, Mrs. Henry says thanks. And to Earl Clark. Earl Clark is a vibrant member of the Association of Persons with Disability, and he, along with Anthony Mills, advocated to get our members, some of our members, the young people down at the center, onto the step where they are being trained. And I'm calling upon our people as a whole to show more empathy, love and respect for persons with disability, especially those who have a little mental or intellectual, or we just say that's slow. To stop the abuse. Stop the abuse. We have some members who are intellectually disabled, sensible, but they may be a little bit slow in the reading and the learning, who are being abused. Some of them, they are shown on, they have them doing all sorts of things, and then they record it on YouTube and think it is funny. Many of our young people are subjected to sexual abuse. And we are asking for it to be stopped and for our people to get an appreciation that today you're well, tomorrow, even the same day, you get a stroke, you're disabled. You're diabetic, you're disabled. You have high blood pressure that you can't function as before. You are disabled, and if you start to think about disability, long-term impairment, you would be a little more considerate. And so I want to thank all those, Mary Dawes Clark, Bergen, Anthony Bergen, Navigator, he's our president. Rockcliffe is the vice president. And we have others. We have young people down there like Travia, Shodella, Vincentia. These are active young people in the organization, and I want to commend all those who work at the Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School and at the Addis Place
and the school in Nevis. And I want, just like how we celebrate all sorts of days, today might have been scaled down. Many people said they didn't remember, they did not know. But it shows when you reach a situation where you have an international day and there's very little regard, we have to ask ourselves, how do we treat our differently able people? I want to thank Minister Hamilton. He has really done a lot for the association. We take our situation to him and he tries. So we want to give some credit. We want to give some to Jeffrey Hanley too. Because he's the one, they said, under whom they were able to get the young people onto this step. You know, so to all those who have done or who continue to support the differently able people, I want to say on behalf of the association, thank you. And we continue to crave your consideration. Remember, disabled people are people too, entitled to all the rights and the benefits of the Constitution, and more especially the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which people don't know that they have rights. And I want to encourage the government to prepare the policy. When you have a policy, then people in the country will understand that we don't just talk it. There is the force of law behind our rights. So to all of the person listening, Noel and all the others, Vince is disabled, and I hope some people understand. A disability does not mean you can't think, you can't speak, you can't do. Many of the people who call in on the show are disabled or differently abled. And I want to commend them for speaking up. So you continue to do your do. And above all, keep a good spirit. If you believe in God, believe that God works all things together for your good. You may not see it now, you know, and you got people who will try to disturb your peace. Don't let anybody rob your joy and your good spirit. Don't become bitter. Become better. And you, in the long run, you will see what's better for you. May not seem so now, but God knows your future. Enjoy yourself. Continue to be involved. Continue to be involved in the lives of people and all the differently able that you used to help. They do appreciate you. There are many, many people out there who still appreciate you, and God knows what is best. So I want you to relax and enjoy the rest of your life. All right then, Mr. Liburd.
Thank you very much, Sister Sylvine. And yes, believe it or not, as I said earlier, that approximately, according to the World WHO's data, approximately 15% of the world's population has some form of disability. And this is the largest minority group in the world, and we do respect them. We have to yes, I agree with Sister Sylvine, to protect their rights, their rights to access, to education, to employment, and even to move around, enter public buildings, and even to enter public transportation as well. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yes, Patrice.
So,
I want to talk a little about agriculture, because I in the agriculture since I'm young, livestock and ground farming. You understand? Back in the 70s, coming up with my father, and that's the way how we live. We live out of animals and we live out the ground, and that is where gives us house. And Patches, let me tell you something. From since all these old parents die out and leave land, even all Patches, because after the sugar industry closed, you had some land there was farming, and they tell me that do not plant back nothing there. They will provide something else for me to do what I got to continue my life. Continue to do my ground farming. And when you look, they end up put something else there. and when the sugar industry closed, that we don't want little ground. You know, we ain't got no money to fence up our ground. And people look at the animal rampant because the former prime minister said that do not throw your animal upon the cane. All of the cane, the must just standing up. They could not cut down the cane and to turn the animal upon the cane because they said they had plenty of cane and all kind of things still. And the cane them just stop there, they overgrow and everything. And Patches, I telling you, come from that time to this now, I never see more performance in agriculture under this unity administration. Patches, under this COVID-19, people that get seed to plant, people that get seed. But Patches, I'm going to tell you, that the young people, them, right, who mother and father to farm, they have any interest into agriculture anymore. Because, this is a modern world for them. They try modern things and think they could live after that. You understand? And Patches, when I see that we as some people produce up to now still in agriculture in St. Kitts, and the market there, and they come in the market, and they getting the product sell. They getting the product sell. Agriculture is booming in St. Kitts, agriculture going on. So I want Brother to be on the ground to see that if the government got to pump money into agriculture and give people and provide people with land and all these things. You understand? These people are not interested anymore with agriculture. But you're interested in neighbors. The Guyanese. These are coming and planting. Even the mango now, they take our neighbors. I don't see any people coming down with the mango now. And the Guyanese, them selling mango. So I do not think the government, when the government was shove people, shove a hand in the hand, give them a hand in the hand, give them this in the hand and tell them to plant food and to plant that. The government is trying. The government invest into agriculture because we get free plants, free things to plant. But remember, you got to be on the ground to hear to see how the plant. You can't listen to what I'm out. The government is trying hard in agriculture. But at the kind of people we got here. You understand? And people undermine one another. Monkey and all those things. 2-foot monkey and 4-foot monkey trying to destroy the people in this country. The government is trying to can them out where they could have. All right then, Patches.
Thank you very much for your input. We go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Good night, Mr. Liburd.
Good night, sir.
This is Jinsha Mulchan Mangro.
You have a radio in the background?
No, I already turned it off.
Okay, thanks. How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm very disgruntled, and I'm still happy to hear some of the things that is going on tonight on the radio. But my topic, and this is like my campaign in here, and I want my campaign to be successful before the year is finished, because of the fact that some people want to be like, the opposition or something like that for whichever party, I don't know. But I am very, very disappointed that we as a civil and a public service entity in St. Kitts and Nevis, that we cannot get a word to say to the government while we are disgruntled. And Mr. Liburd, I'm going to say this again. I'm very disappointed because I've spoken to every single one I can spoke to. I called your show 2 Thursdays ago. And up to now, I still have not, or the association have not get to spoke to the transportation minister, and the police keep telling us one thing and doing something else. And we have evidence to show that these people are breaking the law.
Have you spoken? Have you tried to get to the minister, Mr. Mangro?
We try, yes, sir.
So
I spoke on a forum 4 Fridays ago over Jakarta, and asked and I plead and beg for the minister, and I said thanks that the minister is here, that he can understand that we make an appointment 6 weeks ago. Before that,
you spoke
6 weeks ago and 4 weeks from that. That's over 2.5 months.
But did you say you spoke with the minister at the forum?
They had a forum over the Jakarta for the development of St. Kitts and Nevis as to how we can develop St. Kitts and Nevis within St. Kitts and Nevis, that business-wise, because of the fact that we don't have any tourists and stuff. And I went up and I said, well, since we're talking about business and develop ideas and to how to get St. Kitts and Nevis being productive in our own country, I said, well, we're doing a public service in terms of the bus business. Because if you don't run a bus, most likely the economy would have shut down for that day, because a lot of people have public transportation as their main means. And we are not getting any respect.
So what did the minister say to you? Did you just speak to the minister? That's the
the
question
minister
I asked.
did not respond, and the prime minister said, because he was the one who at the head table, and the prime minister said that, well, he's going to address, I'm going to get my address as soon as the minister is available. Well, that's 4 weeks ago, Mr. Patches. That's 4 weeks ago. This Friday coming, tomorrow, it's 4 weeks since the forum take place. And we make an appointment 6 weeks before that, Mr. Patches. Why we cannot see the minister? We went through all the PS, we went to the commissioner of police, went to the superintendent of traffic. I can't do any more now, and the only thing I can do now is to decide that I'm going to break the law, just like everybody else, and just run my bus anywhere I want, and pick up everybody and take them wherever they want. Because, Mr. Patches, the passengers, them right now, do not care about the bus drivers. All they care about, they jump in a bus and they want to go by the gate. And if the bus driver have to go through Victoria Road to take them by the gate, that's fine with them. Although that's not a part of the bus route. So this is something that we are very, very... I can't even bring any more big words for it, because I don't want to call big words, because some people might not understand what we are going through in the East Bus Terminal. Mr. Patrick, Mr. Lindsey Grant need to listen to us. Otherwise, we're going to be just like the outlaws and the pirates them. And I hope the superintendent of police, of traffic, not police, of traffic, Mr. Mills, are listening. And I hope Mr. Adams, the assistant commissioner of police, are listening to your program tonight. I am pleading and begging all these times for them to come to us. Let's start out something. We don't have a problem taking the passengers down to the terminal. I love Jasmine down there as well. You know that. Mr. Patches, don't you know that?
Yes, but I wouldn't encourage you to break the law, all right? Because
Mr. Patches, people have been telling us that all the time. Yeah, don't break the law. Continue to follow the law. Line up your lineup and stuff. But Mr. Patches, I cannot make $100 in a day.
I understand you. I feel
when people making $400 boasting, watch them stupid fool. Mr. Patches, let me. I sent some messages to you, and I have things to prove. That man calling me anti-man. They're calling me punk. They're calling me asshole. They said they're going to let me suck my mother and fuck my grandmother. Yeah, Mr. Patches, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but that is how far this thing is going, Mr. Patches, and we don't want this thing in this country. And as John Dong and Culture always say, we have to take these garbage out. Let me walk with St. Kitts and Nevis how we want it to be. People need to listen to us now, Mr. Patches.
I feel your pain. And
it's not only my pain, Mr. Patches.
I know that.
When 70 buses operated from the East Terminal.
I didn't mean you,
70.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of the amount of buses there, and I will encourage the minister publicly to meet with the association as soon as possible, right? Because we can only solve problems through consultation, right? There's no need for confrontation.
You said that before, right?
Yes, but yes. I've experienced it. I've spoken with the bus drivers before. I have meetings with the associations before. So I see no reason why anyone should not meet the association, because you mean the association plays a vital role in St. Kitts and Nevis in terms of transportation of thousands of people on a daily basis.
Exactly.
Right? So I would encourage you to try to see the minister again. I
call the prime minister, the deputy prime minister. I spoke to the deputy prime minister already. He said he's going to call Mr. Grant. Up to now, we cannot get anything from Mr. Grant. The PS are doing as much as she can do. Mrs. Henry Martin, she's doing as much as she can do, and she said that, okay, she's going to try, and we are not getting anywhere else. Mr. Patches, we went in a meeting with all these people already, and there's nothing happening. And these guys, 11 buses walking from down that terminal, and I can show you pictures with all of them.
I got you, my dear brother. I'm going to try and see how I
So,
can
Mr.
persuade
Patches, I hope that I don't have to be like Curtis Crook and go with a placard at church.
You don't have to. You're president and is a member of the Traffic Safety and Public Service Drivers Board. They are the ones that particular board should address the issue as well.
Mr. Mills also at the traffic.
Yes, so there's lots of avenues. But I think you've made your point, my dear brother. I'm going to see how best I can get the message to the minister.
Well, please, and I hope everyone listening this.
Yes.
We at the East Bus Terminal don't have a problem taking the passengers them down there and run like how everybody else is running. But the government built a terminal, and all over the world, people keep saying all the time, when you go someplace else, if you go Jack Squat, you have to walk from Jack to East Squat.
Okay, I got your point. I'll give you some time, my dear brother. I'll see what I can do from my vantage point, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your input, and I believe that matter could be solved just through consultation. Call you live.
Yeah, okay, thank you again, Patches. Well, I thought it's me alone does make issues and make complaints and nobody address them. But anyway, someday they will. Patches, I just want to say this. Listen this. Before Team Unity get into office, there were people, and there still are people who've been walking the ground, as we say long ago, the mountain ground. Young people, old people. I have known a friend about 10 years ago. Every Saturday he come down the market street and go down by the market and sell what he got to sell. When he done, he come and Liverpool and he lime. And he could pull out the money and say, see what he make. And that time farming never advanced like how it is today. Look at Beerfords. This new administration here, they gone up there and they take our Beerfords. And they're now training people to rear rabbits up Beerfords and other livestock, plus the ground food business. That is agriculture. A lot of land up there that was wasting, they now plowed up, and things are planted in them. All that is what you call step up in the agriculture. And the news down in Newton Ground flies up there. Right now they got a campaign going on down there to thin out the population of the monkey them. All that is protecting the farming. We cannot stop private enterprises from order what they want to order. Some people they say, man, me no want nothing out of here yard. Me going down so go boy. And what they going to boy? They going to boy what come in what imported from outside. You don't have no control over them. The only thing the government could do, you could tell them, well, okay, you cannot order this here at this time because our local farmers have a lot of that in stock. And the government does that. They protect the local farmers them. The government give the farmers them fish pot wire, rope, and the big tax on importation of engines. They get a deal with that. And on land, the government give them seeds and slips, and even for the animal them, they give them betical and other things to take care of the animal skin, and they give them animal feed. What else more can the government do? Eh? What more? $10 million that the government put in what was already there. As the years go by and progress, advance, more money will be able to go into agriculture. We can't choke the government. The government is doing what they can do. So who ain't on the ground to see what's going on? I would advise them to come on the ground. Everybody free to say what they want to say. But it isn't what everybody say is right and is wrong. But everybody have a right to express themselves. But when you're on the ground, you're able to see better than when you're up over the clouds. Okay. It ain't everything people say and think is true, And everything is wrong. Thank you, Patrice. My 2 minutes is up.
Thank you very much. And without water as well as the agriculture, and the government waived the water consumption, water bills for 6 months as well. That too must have helped agriculture. Call you live.
Oh, yes, sweet. Greetings.
Greetings, my brother. How about now?
I am well. I give thanks for priceless blessings, We are in the land of the living. We are healthy, and all the other blessings will follow, But we give thanks. So what now?
Peaceful yourself?
Give thanks. We want to raise an issue, but before we do, we want give a memo towards the issue we had raised concerning the cannabis industry, The Honorable Prime Minister had called your name pertaining to same, so please give us any information there is available, and we look forward to great things with the cannabis industry. The issue we want to raise is environmental. It's an observation. We are seeing rats. We are seeing rats in areas in Newtown. It's still continuing in the midst of Bastille, where are those food outlets. We are seeing rats in McKnight. We are seeing rats in the village area. We know what rats is all about, and we want to discourage the people from some practices of, have pieces of food here and there, not disposing of garbage and separating garbage properly. We have to do our own thing, see? We're hearing for the whole, from this program, sir, we're listening, we're looking forward to the reggae program to listen. So we are listening, and we hear a lot we hear this song, government, and we want to remind, we want to remind all and Sanjay, we are the government. The people are the government. We are the government. Administration got them thing within this, but we have to make sure that things go how we want it to go. We the people, we are the government. That's a memo. So with the rats thing, this is some iron thing about the place with some hole in them. We asked what there's about, and we was told that there's about rats, but the nastiness continues. And because of the nastiness continues, the rat them just very still. And see, we are talking about we in the midst of something near a pandemic, which is hard to do with health. And rats is not good for health. So we want all and Sanjay to do what they have to do, We know, say, Wall and Sanjay mean administration, people. We are say concerning the whatever laws is there, we are keep repeating it, Whatever laws is there, enforce the laws, carry people to court, and add upon the laws. Add upon the laws, make littering, make nastiness, be unwanted in our midst, make people be afraid. Start to deal with people yards, start all them projects there, bring back the wharfingers them, as we used to call them, into people yard and see what go on in people yard, because be a nastiness, people bring the nastiness from the yard to the road. And as we say, it's a mental thing. So we, apart from the education, we have to tax people pocket. We have to make people pocket feel, send people to prison, make them do time, make them come out and do work concerning the same cleaning what them fail to do.
Okay.
We have to do these things together. We have to do it together. The administration have to see it necessary to do just like how it's necessary to this and that concerning the COVID-19 corona.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah.
Got you loud and clear.
Give thanks to the time.
Give thanks, my dear brother.
And we look forward to the cannabis industry.
Okay, my brother.
Give us some information then as soon as it is available. Blessed love.
Blessed. Well, I can at least say tonight that I already submitted a paper to the Honorable Prime Minister in relation to the build-out of that particular industry, the medicinal cannabis industry. As a matter of fact, you would be aware that the framework for the development of that industry is already in place, because the Cannabis Act of 2020 was passed, I think, in February of this year. The recommendations were made, inclusive of appointing with immediate effect a chief executive officer of the Medicinal Cannabis Authority and a chief licensing officer. And I'm aware from my information that budgetary provisions are already being made of the upcoming fiscal year 2021. And recommendations were made to actually allocate office space for the Medicinal Cannabis Authority, to establish the board of directors of the authority, also to formulate a land use policy and identify areas where land will be allocated to medicinal marijuana crop farmers, and other issues, other recommendations rather, I say, in terms of the terms and conditions and costs to local farmers and what goes with that. But I believe that I'm sure that the Prime Minister in his budget address would give more details in relation to the build out of that industry, and I'm sure you will be happy, my dear brother. I think you are a member of the committee. Remember which committee was that? The cannabis implementation, was it? You were a member of a particular committee. I believe it was I'll get it right in a moment, my dear brother. You were a member, I think, of the CICC, I think it was. That's the committee that dealt the Cannabis Implementation Core Committee. That's the committee I'm trying to get. But based on the recommendation that came from that committee, that helped to inform the paper submitted to His Honorable the Prime Minister in relation to the build-out of that committee. But I believe, like I said, budgetary provisions will be made in terms of the build-out of that committee, or that authority, beg your pardon, and get that industry up and running. Caller, you're live. Okay, Mr. Caller, you're live. Mr. Caller as well, Caller, you are live. Hello, Caller. Hi, Caller.
Mr. Patrick, good night.
How are you, my dear brother?
Well, I just half an hour wake up.
You woke up, man. You had your power nap?
I went to sleep about 4 o'clock.
Wow, you had your power nap, man.
But yeah.
Okay, good to hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Patrick, I want to really say something to you tonight. Now, I was reading in Psalm 37 today. The Bible says, a step of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Now, I want to say something to Mr. Patrick. People do not know. Me hear about people a lot of things. But 1 Corinthians chapter 13 says, love never fails. Now, Mr. Patrick, you have got love, and a lot of people do not have no kind of love at all. Mr. Patrick's love got you there where you be. If it was not for the love of God, what people do you, Mr. Patrick? You'd have gone senile. But God help you to respond to me right now. And every time I feel your pain sometimes, I say, look what Mr. Patrick do. And people still turn their back on Mr. Patrick. You're the human being. Blood run to your brain, Mr. Patrick. Now the word of God says, be strong, Mr. Patrick. And the people who stand up breakfast in your fears and believe to say they want to jam you. are the same people who you looked after. But Mr. Patrick, be strong. The Lord is going to help you. Be strong. Now listen here. Let me tell you something, Mr. Patrick. The reason why I'm talking to you, the reason why I'm coming on here every Monday and Thursday, that's to encourage you because it's hard enough. It's really easy enough. That the people who you live with, the people who you know, do that kind of thing there. But Mr. Patrick, God is going to look after you. Don't take it on. Be strong, Mr. Patrick. God is going to, you got compassion. People have to got love in their heart, you got compassion, and you got compassion. And the same people who do the mock are coming back to harass you. Do not take it on, Mr. Patel. God is going to see it through.
Got you, my brother. Thanks.
All right. Have a pleasant night.
Have a pleasant night as well. Dear brother John, I call him the Bible man. I think he was going to read Psalm 37. Is it? Fret not thyself of evildoers. Patches, I would not for one moment consider Sugar City News reporter Mrs. Alicia Daniel as a mischief journalist. But I was quite ambivalent and unsettled with the questions she posed at the conference, which now necessitates me to give her a friendly word of advice. Mrs. Daniel, whenever you are asking questions at the press conference, make sure you have all the facts, that you do not cause embarrassment to yourself and the institution you represent. Whoever told you that the government has not paid them for 6 weeks now, let them supply you with their supporting evidence before you advance their cases at the press conference. From the answers given by Mr. Green and the Prime Minister, tell us that the story was hyperbolic, fabricated, and pervicacious of the truth, reads that email. Let's go back to the lines at 20 past 9 o'clock. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Yes, my brother. Brother Nabo here again.
How are you, my brother?
Let me say, yes, I'm good, brother, I'm good. Brother, why the government, the administration can subsidize, set up a subsidy program, beloved brother, and subsidize the farmers? Why they cannot think CMC, revive that, and set up cooperatives, get all of the farmers together and sit down with all the hoteliers, supermarkets, and buy the farmers' produce, beloved. Set up scholarships to send our children to study agricultural sciences, beloved. That teach agricultural science from kindergarten all the way up to the college level, beloved brother, and then scholarship. Brother, the plumbing, and from all the clock, curb the monkey population. How long we been talking about this? Beloved, from since immemorial, nothing have been done. That couple that we had was afraid of Peter, and this administration too, afraid of white people when they come out animal rights and all them things. I don't eat animals. I stopped eating all farmer animals for 48 years and counting. Beloved, come on, you must go before the monkey population. And Brother Jeffords, man, this brother is serious, but he must be given, brother, the funds, man. He must be given the funds. Help our fisher folks, livestock farmers, all the whole 360, beloved brother. You must do that, man.
Okay.
And brother, and let me think for brother politics and brother culture. Brother, I know more than you all think, beloved brother. I have eye dreams in agriculture, man.
Okay.
So we must, the administration must do that, brother Patches. Must, man. Come on. Brother, we are in this backward thing, beloved. Just give me 30 seconds, brother. I'm finished now. Don't do this backward thing by agriculture. You have to tell me all of that money, beloved brother, and it will go a long way. Take this the burden off our health system. Look, all kind of diabetes, hypertension, with the bad diet our people are eating from out of North America and Europe. You don't know where the heck these foods are coming from, beloved brother. Okay. Organic farming and everything. And brother, all of that money we're spending on health, beloved brother.
Okay.
We could take that money and help infrastructure, build new schools, and all other things, brother. But we must do the right thing, man. Come on, $10 million? Absolute joke and a disgrace. Beloved brother, continue to listen. And, beloved, I know more that is going on down there, and a lot of people live down there. So, you know, the minions, them come out and say all kind of thing, beloved brother. I am not following anybody blindly. Okay. I'm an independent, Pan-African thinking person, and I'm going to do the right thing. I love my people, and I love my country, and I am following no political party blindly, and no politician. Not this African. Brother, continue to listen. Pan-Africanism and praise. One love, my beloved brother.
One love, my dear brother. Always so passionate, my dear brother Nabu in New York. I really love the way that Premier Brantley characterized McMahon last night on his show as a real yard fowl. He's so deserving of that description. Brantley threw down his corn. He did not call any fowl. Neither did he say, "Come, chick, chick." But this inquisitive fowl decided to molest Brantley with his usual foolishness, talking about things he has no knowledge of. Brantley concluded by saying, "It has to be you Bob Marley was singing about when he composed that song, Me No Call No Fowl." McMahon, go and find your shame. Reach that email. Caller, you're live. Okay, I missed that call. Caller, you alive. What? I'm missing these calls. Caller, you alive. What's happening with my lines here? Playing some tricks with the lines. But it's 25 past the 9 o'clock hour. We do have an open line if you're just calling us for the first time. We address a few issues so far. Lots is talk about agriculture and subsidizing agriculture. But the government, in fact, did put in some $10 million in agriculture to subsidize farmers and been used in so many different ways. My Straight Dog family. Well, let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live at 25 past 9. Are you there, caller?
Good evening. Yeah, good evening, Patches. My name is Lindsey Grant.
How are you, sir?
And I've been listening to your program.
Mm-hmm.
And several calls ago, a caller called in indicating that he's been trying to get a meeting with me for over 8 weeks, I think that he said. I immediately, when I heard that, called my permanent secretary, Mrs. Carleen Henry Morton, to find out whether in fact this was correct or not. And what she said to me is that nobody had indicated to her that they needed to have a meeting with me. And in fact, she said that the East Bus Line person had brought something to her attention several weeks ago about the removal of some, I think, utility poles in the area of the East Bus Line, which she attended to. And in fact, on a meeting that she had on Tuesday, had indicated to them that that matter was being resolved expeditiously. I think on the transport board, and Mr. Pemberton sits on it from the East Bus Line. And no one on Tuesday or before that had said that they wanted to meet with me. So I find it quite strange that the caller would have said that they have been trying to meet with me for weeks now and can't get to meet with me. And I said that to say this, if the East Bus Line requires a meeting, my doors are open. They can get to the relevant person, which is the PS, to tell the PS that they require a meeting and to have that meeting. And so what was said on the radio is most erroneous, and I just wanted to correct that position.
Thank you for calling, Mr. Minister, but I'm sure you will agree that that all the bus transport is important. We trust that whatever the issues are, they can be resolved. This particular issue was raised in relation to buses not using the terminal, but I am happy you called and you said that no one contacted you, and you said quite clearly that it was erroneous, means it's not true.
Yes.
Okay? So,
yes, correct.
Thank you.
If they want a meeting, they can come and have a meeting at their convenience, and if there's an issue, which I understand there is, then we try to at least see if we can resolve the issue.
Yes, I will encourage that as well. But thanks for calling. Anything else?
Thank you. No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your input. Minister Grant, they're calling and clarifying or clearing the air as it relates to the disgruntled bus drivers or bus driver or association, and I'm happy that he called and cleared the air. I think I read that before, but it's now 29 minutes before, that's after 9 o'clock. My Straight Talk family, if you're just joining us, we do have an open line tonight, and we are entertaining your views. We had different views. The issue with that bus driver or with the bus drivers in terms of not using the terminal, and I trust and hope that the bus association will try to meet the minister, as he just said he has an open door. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Good night, sir. How are you?
I am peaceful, sir. Yourself?
Oh, my God. How are you, man? That's good you come out of quarantine. And you come out safe, man. I always listen to the program, yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes. Whether you're in Parliament, you stand up. You got your fans and you got your supporters. Don't forget that. Right?
Right. I won't forget that at all, no.
I want to two issues, right? My first issue is the mask. The mask, so you're supposed to put on your face, right? The mask, what you're supposed to put on your face now, when you speak within the mask, the bacteria from your mouth, well, you're going to consume the bacteria there. You need to tell the government step up on the mask. Ventilation is needed in the mask. How sound?
Well, I'm listening. That's a little beyond me, but I'll ask some questions about that.
Listen to me carefully.
What?
When you see you wear a mask, and when you see you pour cloth over your face, and you ain't got a ventilation, when you speak to somebody, everything will come back on your face, in your nose and in your mouth.
Yes.
It can't circulate to go nowhere else. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand you fully. There's lots
you need to check up on that.
Okay, what's the second?
I don't got a campaign against that.
Okay, but
I don't got $5,000, right? We need something sustainable. You can't just tell me we wear mask. You tell children we wear mask, you tell big people we wear mask, and they got asthma, and asthma attack. They kill them with the mask. Ventilation is needed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha. What's the second point? What's the other point you said?
Next point again.
Yeah.
Listen me carefully now. These government and these police and so, right? Our culture. Our culture and them are listening, because culture say police without pay, right? See all the things going on. He needs to take up with one person and go up and he would have going on. Yeah? Listen me carefully. These policemen walk on the road and they live life and they stop people and so people and the mass and they got a mass. How you walk to the mass and they got none? You understand that?
Yeah, yes, yeah, but I understand that, but I see police officers wearing masks. Are you saying they don't?
I went in a church. I see Mr. Timothy Harris. And that's Sean Richards without mask. Advocacy, the pastor. I shake the pastor in the church without mask. And they got the mask. What kind of thing that they be? Talk to me now, please.
Well, as it is recommended, you should wear your mask.
How come they not recommend for wear the mask? They not only recommend for wear the mask for some people, not for everybody.
Okay.
And God, what do you think?
Okay, my brother. Well, thanks a lot for your input. You know.
No, the back. Listen to me. Around next point.
Quickly, please.
The back. Listen to me carefully.
Yeah, quickly. Go ahead.
I'm out of jail, right? I call your phone. And you give me a more card, but I study that. The elevator, I don't underestimate the elevator motivator. So, you get what I'm saying now, right? I want the mass ventilation to adjust. You listen me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, my brother. Go ahead.
That's the first talk I need to adjust.
Okay, got you.
If you want to adjust it, I won't take it further.
Okay.
Right?
Thanks.
And the next thing again, I don't let the Prime Minister ever say one thing, and they ever say one thing, and I see any church without mask.
Okay.
Where you saw where we, you know that?
Okay, got you loud and clear, my brother. I'm sure they're listening to you as well. But thanks a lot for your input, and trust and hope.
The last thing.
Please.
Yeah, please and thanks. Watch. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah, but you had 5 minutes, so I'm going to give you 10. I'll give 10 seconds. So use it wisely.
20 seconds. Okay, cool. Listen to me carefully, back. You see the word wire bill, that's a good thing. I need to come monkey and so. I'm doing well and properly in the thinkings. After all, man, I'm in the 20th century. I got to look bad, and people are tired, and in the countryside up they look good. You understand what I'm saying? I hope the world people are listening. Send the motivation around the world. I want to think it's serious. Don't just stay one side. Look after all the world them. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, got you.
God, listen me carefully.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I give me foot ring.
Okay.
But the sidewalk, because I had a ditch there.
Okay, got you loud and clear, my brother. And we take your points on board as we go back to the lines at 25 to 10 o'clock. Call you live.
Good night, Mr. Patrick.
Good night. Good night, sir.
As I said before, this is Vinsha, Mulchan Mangro. And I'm happy that the minister can call in. But the word that he used are erroneous.
Erroneous.
Right. I don't agree with it because of the fact that I am the one here on the ground. And I'm not lying. So if the minister said that the door is always open, can you, Mr. Liburd, well, probably the minister is still listening. So, Mr. Grant, you know me. I've been working in Caribou for 22 years, from since 1993 to 2014 I resigned. And I'm doing my bus business from since 2007. So, Mr. Minister, as you say you're listening, I'm no stranger. So please, if your door is open, I am willing, and the East Bus Association is willing to come by your office tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. If that is okay, Mr. Liburd, please let the minister indicate if that is okay with him, and then after that, the ball is in his court. Because a lot of things he said just now, Yes, I know Miss Carlin Martin tried to do everything, but there's nothing happening in the East Bus Terminal right now in terms of the fact that they try to rectify certain things. Nothing happening, and that is 2 weeks now. So we had all the issues, we had all the arguments. Tuesday was the meeting, yes. They invited three of the outlaws to come to the meeting, but none of them show up. And nothing has been done about it still. So, Mr. Patches, we are here, I am here, and it's an issue that needs urgent attention. So if the minister is saying that he's always available and his door is always open, please, Mr. Minister, let's have this conversation tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. The East Bus Association is willing to be there. The executive of the East Bus Association. I'm not going to bring all the bus drivers, them who is disgruntled. The executive would be there at 10 o'clock at your office over at to the back of the Pelican Mall. So if you agree for that, sir, please indicate to Mr. Patches Liburd tonight. Patches, you have my number. You just give me a message if the minister is available, or if you want to do it in the afternoon, if you want to do it Saturday, if you want to do it Sunday after church service, we don't have a problem with that, sir.
Well, you wouldn't expect the minister to call back on the line to tell, but I would suggest if he doesn't, you try and get the meeting tomorrow. Go down there tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and see if he'll entertain you. You have quite a lot of noise in your phone, right? I was suggesting that.
Well, it's the wind. In an open area, I'm over at Frigate Bay right now, so that is why.
I don't know what's in the minister's diary, but you can try at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
I'm making it just like how we make it public that his office is always open, and if the East Bus Association have an issue, they can come to his office. So I'm saying that the East Bus Association had an issue for over 8 weeks now, and we're willing to come to his office tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm sure the minister is listening, and he's the only one can say yea or nay. Patches, I want to highly commend Win FM, Morning Island Bush Tea young men for job well done in their answer to McMahon on Wednesday. Just imagine he had the gall to say Harris should not have written off $11 million of late debt, because we are not benefiting from anything. I like when the Island Tea fellows said, boy, Harris is a strategist. The man knows what he's doing. Come on, McMahon, don't realize what a fool he is making himself these days on every talk show. Up to last night on Mark, he must have been embarrassed how Mark put him to shame. Douglas gave away millions of Social Security money for nothing. Where was your voice, McMahon, and the several $1 million of National Bank monies he gave to the bank in Antigua? That is what he should be talking about instead of this foolishness. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
We wish him a happy birthday. We wish him a happy birthday. We wish him a happy birthday when it comes on Sunday. Happy birthday, Prime Minister, the best Prime Minister in the whole world, Dr. Timothy Surplus Harris. From Culture and Joan. Good night, Patches.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good night, my dear brother. Happy birthday when it comes. Yes. Yes, caller, you're live.
Mr. Liburd.
How are you, my lord?
Oh, not bad at all. I see you didn't invite me to your dinner last night, man.
Well, I had no control over that, my brother. I was invited. And, I can't even say you planned it because you weren't there.
Oh, dear. Well, you could take a little doggy bag and send it home for me, man.
Yes. Once I know ahead of time, you will be there. You know that,
yeah,
right?
you have your hungry friend here waiting, man.
Oh, my gosh. And I'm sure you don't like the menu.
Anyhow, talking money tonight. Mr. Nabu, he speaks up. I think both of y'all have spoken about this $10 million. He keeps referring to this $10 million for agriculture. I think he misunderstands what this $10 million was all about. That $10 million subsidy was in addition to what was already in the budget, because that came about as a result of the COVID-19. So whatever was in the budget, I can't remember what was there for agriculture, is usually $11 million or more. You add $10 million to that to go into agriculture for this year, 2020. So that might help explain some things to him. It's not just $10 million, a mere $10 million. It's $10 million plus what was in the budget for this year. And in addition to that thing, for the sake of what's his name, the foul fellow, when you throw out chick feed, the foul come running. The same foul fellow who own all the radio stations. That $11 million is only a write-off. It's only a paper transfer. It is basically money that was owed to Senkis Nevis, or Senkis really, for landing fees and the likes by Liat, which Liat would never have paid. We would never have got that money anyway. It's just paper money, nothing physical. It's in the books, and Senkis would never have got that money, so you write it off, and you take it off of the debt from Liat, and Liat does the same thing and say, okay, that's it. Sorry, the $11 million, that's $11 million less that we owe to anybody. But Liat would never have paid that, and we never have collected it anyway. So Matt Mahan, the foul Matt Mahan, should have known better than that. He says he's an educated man, but he's making a fool of himself. We call it to all his radio stations and chatting rubbish about governance.
Getting back to the agriculture, though, what I was trying to get settled within my mind, though, right? The question I was asking, if you allocate $40 million to agriculture tomorrow, how will it be spent? That's what I was trying to get. You understand me?
I understand how you're trying, but he would not know either, because as many persons have said, hey man, you got to come back here and see what's going on the ground and that kind of thing, because he's even talking about dealing with the monkey problem and so on. As far as I know, somebody mentioned it earlier, and we heard on the radio that there's a program going on right now, shooting of monkeys and that kind of thing, starting down in the Newton Ground area. So the plan is, it seems, to deal with the monkey problem. So nothing is being done. But he obviously is not aware of it, because he's not on the ground in Senkis to know what's going on, unfortunately. But he knows what he wants. He's interested in agriculture. So all of us. But it would be nice for him to come home, visit, and actually talk to people on the ground, see what's going on. But anyhow, have a safe drive home, sir, and don't do anything to get yourself back in quarantine again.
Thank you, my dear brother. I'll have to go out and come back in. Okay. So you're saying don't go back out.
That's right. Okay, don't even go to Nevis again. They might quarantine you over there.
Oh my! I went to Nevis today.
I know, you're lucky.
And somebody asked me if I was in quarantine for sure.
You see what I mean?
Yes, what it is.
You're lucky because you went to the Prime Minister, so you got the pass. If you went by yourself, they might have quarantined you.
Careful with the pass. They think I'm exempted.
Okay then.
Yes, sir.
Have a
nice yourself a good night. Let's go back to the lines at 9:45. Call you live.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Mr. Nesbitt, that is Liburd.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm the same gentleman calling a while ago. I will just cut me off, but no feeling. I want to call him about a problem we have in this parish of Stinkis and Nevis. The boyousness, the dividers, and the hypocriticalness. Hear me out, Patrice Liburd. Listen me carefully, right? You hear me?
Make a point, my brother. Make a point.
All right, cool. Well, me got a donkey, right? I actually had a donkey car kill it. Me got a donkey, and the donkey, I go on bad, and a man go meet me and tell me he put a $20 in my donkey. And then when they do everything, they say he fornications for in my donkey. Right? Listen me careful, Patrice. The man named Culture Right. The man named need to stop farm choppiness. The man named need to live up. No matter how crazy they be, they gotta live right. They're positive. Because, listen me now, me ain't got nothing. And Me, a girl will shanty. And to me, I live up now. Somebody say something and say, they left a boating all on me. So, me motivate myself slowly but surely. I'm in a seat. You might not see it, but God see it. So what I'm trying to say now, we are a human being, and we gotta stop farmers in the country. You don't come tell me now, because Douglas rules now, Douglas want to say he divided from the country, and he this, and he wants to try to bring on the government. Why would you try that? Why come nobody here try to bring on the government when he in a parliament? And he got to listen. And he was speaker here, and he got him mouthpiece, he was parliament. Talk about that.
Okay, got you, my brother. Thanks a lot for your input.
What I'm saying now, listen to me. Yeah, but final thought. Final.
My brother, can I say something for you?
Even 1 minute.
Yeah, but I can't give you a minute. I'll give you 10 seconds, right? I can't give you one more second.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah. People, they come out and go in the country and need to be aware and take heed.
Okay.
And we ventilation without a mask.
Okay.
Because when I put a mask without ventilation, when I talk, anything else can I nostrils.
Okay, I got you.
I need to cooperate, and if the government cooperate, protest against that.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, got you.
The best, take care.
Yeah, all the best, my brother. Thanks a lot
Yeah,
for your
good night.
Good night.
Watch it, I hope you take the ventilation thing seriously, the mask.
I will, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, take that serious and talk about that. Yeah?
Okay, got you, my brother.
Yeah, because we need to have ventilation in the mask when the people are wearing masks. We can't get mask and stop up.
Okay,
Me take it, yeah?
Okay, my brother.
I thought that me be off. Me no more people can't ask all that, but
Okay, got you, my
me
brother.
no wear the mask and ain't gonna get a ventilation, so.
Okay, thanks a lot.
That's it. Take care.
Take care yourself.
Enjoy your best, and I wish you Prime Minister well, and all in Parliament, and Patrice. I want to talk about something final, please.
Okay, not
One
tonight,
second.
not tonight, my brother. My lines are going. I really can't give you another second. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you live.
Night, how are you?
I am peaceful. Sounds like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, this is your program, not for emailers alone. Look for your callers, and when we call and say something, you're not looking into what we are saying. That's why the emailers could say anything and hide behind. It's culture and politics saying one thing and saying long. It should not be a problem to them. The program is used to decide who talk, look for them, and that they're not unity. Know what email to read. You can't let no emailer diss your callers. You look forward for them. Is the good the government doing? Why they talking long? And plenty. Let them stop sabotage and email say something good about the government. Don't study culture and politics. Come on and say what they want. See you.
Thank you very much. Let's take this email. Dr. Liburd, I profit 100 times more with taking an acre of land and building a 100-room hotel than one that take the same acre of land and cultivate it. I can make money every day with my hotel rooms, but you have to wait an entire whole year to make $1 from your cultivation. That is my idea. You do not have to follow me. We need to take lots of the land and build lots of shopping malls, factories, an oil terminal like Statia, a mega seaport where big containers ships come to St. Kitts port from China factories and offload their containers in St. Kitts and smaller ships. Take the containers to the different Caribbean islands and make a airport terminal also a hub. These are big things for St. Kitts, the bridge so you can drive to and from Nevis. Thank you. Read that email. Very ambitious, but is it plausible? Caller, you live.
Good evening, Pashas.
Good evening, sir.
In relation to the bus, the man talk about the bus thing, right? He's supposed to go to the PS and make his appointment. He just can't show up 10 o'clock tomorrow down by the minister office. He got to go to the PS. All right.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller.
Mr. Patrice Liburd.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
It is in fact.
Sorry, good night.
Good night, sir.
He have some drain, right? And I think it's don't be clean. Let me tell you so long I went in the Ministry of Health. I wanted to tell me where to go to get a drain work because the drain, me tell you don't clean. If you could please demonstrate and tell me which part to go to get a drain work. Because when the Ministry of Health, they send me to the Ministry of Sustainable Development, I want to know what I'm doing up there. You understand, Patrice?
Okay.
Yes, so I wanted to call the drain. I could send some pictures. You could give me a number. I was planning to send them for SK invite, but I said I'm going to change my mind. So please, the drain up here is filthy.
Okay, got you. I think you have to check in the Ministry of Environmental and Health, or it's part of the Ministry of Health. It's up there by the Sustainable Development Office. I think it's on the other side next to a building. Patrick, I see the Trump syndrome has arrived in St. Kitts. Delano and Drew got a case going. It is that man who called in his chamber colleague, as well as that bright one who said banging water to Bastille done with. But they're looking another federal seat to make him PM. Then devil from number 6, deputy PM. But that will never happen. Elections are won in the ballot boxes, not in court. Patrick, you look good, well tested and ready for the war that is coming. Read that email. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Patrice, good night again. I wanted to give me somebody in the department.
I don't have.
Good evening. Please.
I don't have a number, but I think the.
No, you could give me a name. I could go to the department and deal with them.
I think it's.
Can you bring up the 50?
Yeah, but.
You have to send some picture. Give me a number of your phone now.
No. Try and find Alex Riley. He's somewhere in the ministry. Alex Riley, you'll find him, sir. Okay?
Alex Riley?
Yes, sir.
I hope you're listening, but my name Justin Henry, eh?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Alex Riley.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I wish for you say for me. Exactly.
I think the office is somewhere there around by Sustainable Development. I don't know exactly, quite frankly, with you. Okay?
Sustainable Development.
It's across from Sustainable Development's office, somewhere in the surroundings. Okay?
In the surroundings of
Yes,
Sustainable Development.
Yes. Okay, so
try.
Yes, sir. Okay?
All right. Patrice.
Yeah. How are you getting in so fast and you hold up the line like that, man? You're getting in so fast and you hold up my line. You try and get that by tomorrow. His name is Alex Riley. He's at the Sustainable Development's office. Caller, you're live. Let's take this other caller. You're live. Let's take this other caller. Caller, you're live.
Me again. Not all who write it email. All not for you. They're saying you're with the Prime Minister. So what? It's 3 parties come together and you run for PAM. So what you is now? That's why they set you up. To lose, don't take them on. Saying it's Frigate Bay and Bird Rock. All the rejects, past and present. And who was undermining you? You was doing too good for them. You're going in a new office. Know them. Know who they be. And we're going to see who could do better than you for a new town. And who say you was not doing nothing? Shame on them. They even give them work, and they against you too. The horse was prepared against the day of the battle. God is with you. You get insufficient scripture to keep you. Get home safely.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello,
Ian Patrice Liburd.
My dear brother.
The Maker. You do that, and you do that. Patrice.
Yes, sir.
When young man like Joe got Douglas them guy him like a top, where matter you gonna put it in the court? Where matter Joe gang, I'm very disappointed in Joe, you know.
I mean, wait, he got money to spend. Who's spending these money? Just going to spend these money this stupid case? Wasting time? You hear what he do?
Yes, I've seen the information, my brother. Yes.
I mean, what's wrong with this young man? This is a professional we need in the hospital, you know. Man, charge them court, Joe, and go in your professional look after we. And build yourself like the dirty boy, Denzel Douglas. You're the professional. He making you a joke out. Man, you're going to, in this one bad, I'm going to put in this joking matter to go waste the court time.
Yeah,
you was doing our thing too.
Yeah, but let's avoid the dirty boy thing and the dollars, right?
No, but,
yeah,
but
no, please, yeah,
please. I mean, this guy is terrible, man. That's the kind of politics we're playing in serious time where people are dead. Try to help the government to see if they could call the corona from coming, getting in here and wipe out really that where we got in here. I mean, what kind of game these guys play? Anyway, Patrick, let me show you something, you know. 4th Street got to clean up by December. And I hope the government understand that. And I hope the PM understand you get things done. I try to tell you, you know, you have bring something to government. Down at the days when man win seat and go in the government, go sit down in there, you know. You bring something good and new to this country. You open up a lot of youngsters' eyes, you know. I only tell you so the other night, and about 30 people between camps to Newtown telling me, boy, you right it where you were telling Patches bring something new to this country. They got to get up and work and get things done. That's where we put them down Church Street for. Not lying behind the Prime Minister, one bossy brains to balance budget and them kind of thing and feel you're going to make easy money and push off your chest like it's the biggest Samson. We want performance. Anyway, you take care.
Thank you very much for your input. And just for information, in relation to the matter that was raised just now by a few callers, is in effect, I have a copy of a defendant summons or summons to defendant in the magistrate's court. It's, I don't see the date, it's dated November 14th? In the magistrate's court to Eugene Hamilton of Keon, a complaint has been made, I don't see the date, in 2020, by Delana Bart and Company for Dr. Terence Drew. For you have on a date between May 29th, 2020 and June 5th at John England Village in the parish of St. Peter's in the Magisterial District A in the island of St. Christopher in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis, unlawfully gave or procured the giving of a gift towards the construction of a house as part of a house to Judith, is it Madran or MacLean, sorry, of John England Village to the parish of St. Peter's in order to induce Judith MacLean to vote for you, to procure your return as an elected member of the National Assembly on June the 5th, 2020, general elections in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis, contrary to Section 1081C of the National Assembly's Elections Act, Cap 2.01 of the revised edition of the laws of the Federation. And this is dated, it was summoned to appear in the court in Basseterre in February, is it 2021? Dated the 30th of November 2020. And that is very interesting and signed, purportedly signed, I should say, by the Lanabat and Company attorneys at law. So a summons to the Honorable Eugene Hamilton to appear in court. It's a summons that those callers spoke about. Caller, you're live. I guess we'll hear much more about that. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Good night, sir.
Yes, sir. Are you there, caller? Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yes, greeting.
Greetings, sir.
We was in a conversation recently, and it was concerning housing, and we see saying that if we have law, whether it's a collaboration between the administration and private sector or whatever, but low-income housing where people pay like a $200, $250, $300, and they just go on until they own them house. Low income, very low, because the money have to stretch here and there. We have the $500 thing in place, but at the same time, food, the cost of food, so we're just talking about agriculture. Food, grown provision, the least grown provision cost is $4 or $5. Some people are say $6. So, and when people go in supermarket, they're the same high cost thing them have to go deal with, So food that take a whole heap of money. So housing, people shelter, food, clothes and shelter, housing. Because 200 $80 might sound small per month, right? But a big money within the scheme of things, because $200 in a place like Jamaica, Guyana, Santo Domingo, a whole heap of money. So, we have to just try and implement things like this, that we can get more people owning them home. Don't have to be no big elaborate. Start with a one-bedroom and a space. Everybody who born to have a space. They have certain policy in certain parts of the continent of Africa where, from your born, a piece of land for you, and whatever. We need things like that because the housing thing not pretty. And then we have a whole heap of people who are coming in the place when the barn you saw. And them have to be sheltered too. So it make the housing thing more tighter, Not discriminate against them, because all of the foreigners are the Tainos and Caribs and our rocks land, these lands,
Okay, my brother. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your input. Yes, my brother. Yes,
blessed Lord.
Thanks a lot. Low-income houses as low as $250. It will take a long time to amortize, though, but it's something one can consider, no doubt. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Hello, good night.
Good night, my dear.
This house that they're speaking about, is two Guyana person was living in the house? Because if it was two Guyana person living in that house, they were supposed to pay. They was and they were trying out the house, and Mr. Hamilton put them in the house, and they were supposed to pay, and they ain't pay. So tell Mr. Joe, get his facts straight. Good night.
Good night, my dear. That one caught me off guard, but my Straight Talk family, I am out of time. My lines are going, but I'll take this last call if you can use 15 seconds call. Hello, caller? Yes, caller?
Hello?
Yes, my dear brother, I'm going to give you 15 seconds. Can you use it?
Whether I can use it.
Thank you.
I call into with my Prime Minister. This is coming from John James. I wish my Prime Minister a happy birthday on Sunday. And I wish that he will live to see many more. Thank God for him. He be the best Prime Minister in St. Kitts that I never see. I know he will be the best Prime Minister, and I thank God. God have chosen him. Good night and have a pleasant night. And be careful, Patrick. God will be with you. And no weapon that form against you shall prosper. And every tongue that rise up against you in judgment shall condemn. Good night, Patrick. See you, bye.
Good night, my dear brother. And but a good note to end on tonight, wishing Prime Minister Harris happy birthday when he comes on Sunday. And yes, as he's going to the church on Sunday to celebrate his 27th year as a parliamentarian, I understand as well. So we look forward to celebrating with Prime Minister Harris. So that's where we're going to end it, my Straight Talk family. We had an open line tonight. Lots of things were discussed. Lots of issues came forward. And we always entertain all issues here on Straight Talk, be they technological, social, economic, political, and or economic or social, I should say. But that's the way we're going to end it, my Straight Talk family. And my first call of duty is to thank Almighty God for guiding a conversation tonight. And as always, I want to thank you, the callers, who made your input. Thank the emailers. I want to thank you on social media as well, and whatever medium you listen to, on the big national radio ZIZ, also on Sugar City FM. Whatever the medium you use, we want to thank you for joining us here. And just remember that you are the ones who make Straight Talk, and for that I say a big, big thank you. I am Ian Patches Live, and God's spare, we will connect on Monday for another edition of Straight Talk. Don't you move your dial. The Mayor of St. Paul, Theo Clark, comes right in the hot seat right after this. So have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Go to church, praise the Lord, and do your chores for the weekend, and be good to all whom you meet. And remember, whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve, but you first must believe. So when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light. Thank Him for taking you through the night. And my Straight Dog family, keep moving on. Bye-bye. Until we meet we connect on Monday. Be good to yourselves.